Yo yo yo, what is the crack, guys? I'm the Minyon from AllCast Irish Gamers, and you know what time it is. That's right, it's Minyon's Recipes time, episode 12. And, well, this is a no-brainer, but it's my Hamon Sacred Beast deck. I did the other two decks, I figured, you know what, I'll go for the hat-trick. I was actually a little bit worried when I started making this deck, because I've never really given Hamon any credit at all. Never really built a deck around him. I tried when he first came out back in the day, but in this game I haven't. And I figured, you know what, the best cards that would complement him are Crystal Beasts. Crystal Beasts were made for that card. So easy to summon, so easy to get them onto your back row. Carbuncle, for instance, just one Crystal Promise, special summon it. You know, you can special summon it from any way, but Crystal Promise is one of the easier ones, and he will allow you to special summon all of your monsters in your spell and trap card zone. Your Crystal Beast, great setup for link plays, and you can just do what you want from here. This is a great setup, but it's just crazy how much these Crystal Beast monsters just back each other up and allow you to go into those extra plays. Like Pegasus, for example, great card. So upon summoning, you know, normal summon or special summon, it allows you to take a Crystal Beast from your deck, place it in your spell and trap card zone. It's just one of those things, just kick off your combos. Topaz Tiger, I've got two of those in there. Not a game changer, but he's just in there to make up the numbers and just get in your back row. Dark Summoning Beast is a staple for this deck. He is for the other ones too, but in this one you won't use him as much. I found I was actually summoning Hamon with the Crystal Beast a lot more, but when you use the effect, it's handy. You just can't attack that turn, so you might as well go into defense mode the first turn. So still a great card, don't get me wrong, but not as utilized as in the other two Sacred Beast decks. As for Hamon himself, what a beast! When he destroys a monster, he does 1000 damage. That's the kind of minor one. But when he's in defense mode, your opponent's monsters can't do anything. It's a great just lockdown. Protects all your monsters. Great move. But the main way you're going to summon him is with 3 continuous spell cards. Get him on the field. But because the Crystal Beasts act as spell cards, you were just going to summon him with ease. And, you know, get 1-2 of them out. Go into XC plays. There is loads of possibilities with this deck. Especially when you have cards like Crystal Beacon. Another great setup. So long as you've got 2 cards in your spell and trap card zone, it'll just special summon one from the deck, and it's pure setup right there. Sapphire gets special summoned, his effect triggers, and his effect isn't once per turn, so if I summon another Sapphire, that effect would trigger again, and you're just going into more and more plays. Just one simple card like, you know, Crystal Blessing, target up to 2 Crystal Beast monsters in your graveyard, place those targets in your spell and trap card zone. Just no cost, the only cost being that you have to have 2 in your graveyard, which is going to happen very easily, especially once you link them off or whatever, or if they're tribute fodder for Hamon. So there you go, 2 cards on the field, sets you up. Oh, Pegasus, now I can add another. I've got 3 down. Oh, I think I'm going to get Hamon, a second Hamon out in the same turn. It's bread and butter stuff. Crystal Bond is pretty good as well. You can move to put 3 in if you think, you know, you should, but at 2 is a good balance. But it's once again, it's just giving you advantage, really. Getting those key cards you need and getting Hamon out. Bing bash bosh, no messing around. 4000 attack, you can't go wrong there. And a key for Hamon is also having that Fallen Paradise. He's got to have protection. At the end of the day, don't base the whole deck around him. He's just one of the key elements of it. So getting someone like Borrelsword Dragon out, that's all easy to do in this deck. But it's got its combos. Crystal Promise and Carbuncle works just in tandem. Just you will definitely get out when you're link 4 plays with that move. Crystal Tree is good as well. Anytime a Crystal Beast monster is sent to the zone, you get a counter on it, and then you can send it to the graveyard to special summon monsters for the amount of counters you have. It's just one of those kind of bit cards. but majority of the time it is just tribute fodder for Hamon. But it's good tribute fodder in the case that he's not around. You might need it. Fallen Paradise, gotta have it. Just like the other two Sacred Beast decks, you gotta have it. It's a shame we don't have the new Sacred Beast cards, the ones that came out recently. So, come on, Konami, drop another Yu-Gi-Oh game sometime soon. But yeah, Fallen Paradise protects him, gotta have it. Monster Reborn, why not have Monster Reborn? Why not? Just give me a good reason. Now listen, Pot of Extravagance, I stuck 2 in there. It's just a way of getting extra cards. Now, if you've got Fallen Paradise down, you're not going to use it as much, but the option is there. More draw power with rare value. It's just one of those cards that just helps extend combos, puts a card in the graveyard, and allows you to draw. Moves things along. Swords of Burning Light can save you for a while, but come on, it's really just fodder. You won't be able to use it so long as you have a monster in the field. It'll just be destroyed instantly. But it's something you stick down and straight away, boom, come on, draw 2 of Fallen Paradise, and then the attack start. Twin Twisters, why not Twin Twisters? Back row destruction is key. We don't have Harpy's Feather Duster, we do in real life, that's off the ban list, but unfortunately Twin Twisters is the best you're going to get right now. And Gustav Max Cannon, this guy, super easy to summon. If you've got your opponent down to 2000, it's game over. You just get 2 Hamons out. Like I said, with the Crystal Beasts and using a Dark Summoning Beast, it's well easy to do that in one turn. Trust me. Then you go straight for Gustav, and that's 2000 right off the bat. There's no coming back from that. They're gonna. I've also got the usuals. I always have Borlow Dragon, Boral Sword Dragon. It's only recently I've actually started giving him a good decent run, and my oh my, what a card. And you'd think he'd be hard to summon, being Link 4 and all, but I'm telling you now, these Crystal Beasts are beasts. The plays, the summons, you will get 4 monsters out on your first turn majority of the time. Come on, we've all got bad shuffles, I know I do, a lot. But it's just about, if you play the cards right in a certain way, you can keep advantage and get big monsters out. Go straight for Boral Sword. And as a first turn, it's going to put the enemy on edge. He's not going to know what to do, and he's going to have to deal with that big, badass monster. I've also got Nightmare Cerberus in there. Now, in a remote duel, someone recently said to me that he's one of the worst nightmare monsters, but he helps. He helps just pop a monster just if the time arises. But your main focus, of course, as per usual, will be Nightmare Phoenix, because Nightmare Phoenix is class. It allows you to get in there with that back row destruction, and most of the time you'll either use up one of their traps, force them into doing something, or he'll actually take out something that was annoying you. Nightmare Unicorn, also a great card, Link 3, so if you wanted to get it out, you'd probably get it out easier than you would Boral Sword. So it all depends on the situation and whatnot. But I do love this other effect, this quick effect that Boral Sword has. You can even use it on one of your own monsters, switch them to defense mode, and that will allow you to get 2 battles in the next battle phase. Like, clever. Like, he is going to just run amok in this deck. And definitely he was for show in a lot of my other decks, but in this deck you can summon him no bother. Caught by the Grave, because you've got to have that if you're against someone with hand traps. Multiple copies of Crystal Bond and Crystal Beacon and stuff. Like, yeah, you might want to go with 3 of these cards if you wanted to go heavy on the Crystal Beasts, but I wanted to keep a decent, medium of cards still focused on Hamon, because you can use the 2 of them to push his combos and use them interchangeably. So it's up to yourself. Like I always say, side deck is your call. It's optional. Another Crystal Tree in case you want to swap out one of the swords. And Pot of Avarice. Now, I did heavily think about putting this in my deck because you were going to load your graveyard so quickly. But then you run the risk of not having a card in there when you want to summon a Crystal Blessing. So it's up to you. But majority of the time you're going to be using stuff like Nightmare Phoenixes to use up their back row, reveal them, get them open, and then get Hamon down. Why do I have Shard of Greed in there? I really should have claimed that side deck, but I don't use it. I very rarely use a side deck. Side deck is your call. What you'll want to focus on is Hamon and those crystal beasts. You will be summoning him like crazy, go into Gustav, finish them off, game, set and match. I actually had a lot of fun playing this deck, so recommend you check it out. Even if you're against someone who's just really annoying with their deck and all they do is direct damage, sometimes using your good cards and summoning all your monsters could be a bad idea. It would have finished me off. I just stuck with Hamon and I got the damage down. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. If you'd like to see any other decks or suggest ones that I might do in the future, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time.